Hey everyone, good evening. Good evening to all. Hi guys. Hi. Hello Tirida. Guys, are you all there? I'm audible and visible to you all. Please let me know in the chat, please. Good evening, Anonymous. Hi, the hello, living. Guys, I'm audible to you all. Yes, yes. Please give thumbs up in the chat if I'm audible to you all. And let's start with the session then. Yes, yes, okay, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the confirmation. So, first of all, I hope you all are doing good, and I welcome you all to the Instagram cloning workshop, which is for the 2 days, and the timing will be from 6 to 8, and it will so it will be 2 hours workshop. I hope you will enjoy the session and have like great designing session. Okay, Navya, thank you. So, guys, you can call your friends also if anyone is interested. I can see very less people have joined. Please call your friends, colleagues, family members who are interested in this workshop. Okay, so I will share my screen quickly for to let you know about the attendance process and everything. So I hope my screen is also visible to you all. Yes or no, can you give me a confirmation again? Hi Vinayak. Guys, can you all see my screen? Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. So, guys, here in the description box for the attendance part, you have one link. We call it as a one link, as everything is placed at one place. So, when you click on this link, it will redirect you to the another page where you need to first enroll for the boot camp for this workshop. Then only you will be able to access the attendance part. As this is a free certification, you need to mark your attendance for that first. And when you scroll down here below the day one title, you can see mark attendance toggle. Click on it. A rating scale will appear from 1 to 10. You can rate the session according to yourself, how much you liked it. I will suggest please put the ratings and feedbacks post session, then so that you will be able to give the honest feedbacks and rating. For now, I will give 10 on 10, and for the in the feedback, I will put nothing, but you can put your feedback, your suggestions there if you want any improvement from our side. So then after that, market attendance, and when you mark it here, you can see the progress bar has increased. It will increase day by day as you mark your attendance. And on day two, that is tomorrow when the session will end, just below the progress bar, you'll find the certificate to download it. So yeah, you need to just mark your attendance and get the certificate from the same one page. If you have any doubt related to the attendance part, you can just ask us in the chat or rewind the video a little bit so you can see the process to mark the attendance. Okay. Moving ahead, guys, we also have communities, WhatsApp and Discord. Please join us there to get regular updates, reminders, and daily invites. We also have this student ambassador program, which is a free 1 month program. You no need to pay any fee charge. There is nothing to pay. You can simply apply this by clicking on this apply now button. The next batch will start from 1st of May. Only 2 days are remaining, so please make sure that you enroll for this ambassador program. Basically, it will be like you will be the ambassador for LetsUpgrade, and there are certain targets that you need to achieve. If you achieve those things, there are these swags which we give away depending upon the target you complete, where we have this gold, silver, and bronze swags, and also these amazing prizes we give doing the giveaways, which is iPad, gaming chair, smartwatch, Amazon coupons, T-shirts, and many more things are there. You people can just scroll this page and get to know everything. Okay. If you have any questions, please be feel free to ask us in the chat. Okay. I hope you all are clear till here. If yes, please give a thumbs up or any of the emojis in the chat, please. Yes. Okay. Okay. Purushottam, thank you. Guys, one more thing we have, which is all-in-one documentation, which is again the link is there in the description box. When you click on this link, documentation will appear where we have stored all the links, no syllabus for this, and Of course, for this bootcamp, you also need to know basics of Figma. You need to know the Figma. So here is a playlist link. You can after the session. For now, just if you are new to this workshop, please attend today's workshop. And after the session, you can go on this playlist. Click on this link, and you will get to see the. You will get the playlist of Figma where you can learn the basics and a little bit of advanced part there. And here is the session links. These are the notes. This is just a course outline what for the next 2 days of workshop. And if ma'am shares any of the link, any of the resources or reference link, we will surely put all those things here in this all even documentation only. So you no need to go here and there and find the links. So please make sure that you save this link. Of course, you won't be able to download this PDF. So you just need to keep the link safe somewhere. Okay, क्या है इसमें किसमें क्या है guys? I hope everything is clear to you all. If there is anything, the trainer will share clear your doubts, or the moderators will be there in the chat to help you. For now, I will call the trainer, who is Twinkle ma'am, and I hope you will enjoy the learning with her for the next 2 days. So hi ma'am, good evening.
Hi, Anam. Good evening.
How are you ma'am?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also good, well. So I think we can start with the session, and my part is done, so I will take a leave. So if there is anything, you can just ping me, okay? Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? Let's stay very active in the chat. And if you have any doubts or some queries that you need clarity on before we start the session, do let me know in the chat. And so I would want to know how many of you have used Figma before? If you can just quickly reply in the chat, that will be great. Okay, so some of you have used Figma, some of you haven't. Okay. Have you used any other designing tool apart from Figma? And this is for the people who haven't used Figma before. Have you used Canva, Photoshop, something like that? Okay, some have used Figma, some have used Canva, Adobe XD. I'm a UI UX designer, great. Only basic idea about tools, not that much on animated UI. Okay. Canva, Pixart, Photoshop. Okay, okay. So for attendance, Anam has shared a link. If you could just scroll up in the chat, you will see the links for attendance. You can just mark it over there. Okay. All right. So I think some of you have. Okay, there is one person who has done a prototype of Twitter. Okay, is that? Did you recreate the application design on Figma? This question is for Mega Mitra. Okay. No problem. For people who have not used Figma before, we can just take a very quick walkthrough of what the tool is about and how to kind of go about using it. Consa tool, Consa section does what, how to manage the layers, how to add minor interactions, how to create a prototype. So, all right, okay. I'm just gonna present my screen. Let me know if this is visible. Sorry, I just turned off the camera. I just need to present. Okay, can anybody tell me if my screen is visible? I'm just gonna visible. Okay, great. All right. So Figma is it established itself as primarily a UI UX tool, and I mean it still maintains that it is a UI UX tool, but there is so much more that you can do on Figma. You can design graphics, you can design your print material, your logos, or even minor animations. You can design a presentation over here. So the uses are very versatile, and it offers a lot of plugins that you can use to kind of elevate your design as well. And okay, all right. So what we will do is we will just start with going back to the home page. Okay, so this is my home page, and as you can see, there are a lot of files over here. And if I go to the top, I have these options. I click on design, and a blank space opens up. This is my work area. This is my workspace. I can add a name to this file. This is work file. Oh, this is work file now. And this is my collapsible layer panel. I can just, if I need more space to work on, I can just click on this button and it will collapse, click on it again and expand. On the right side in the design panel, you can see that I have a color picker which lets me change the colors of my workspace, the main background that I have. Coming back to the left side, I have my file in which I can create multiple pages. I have one page created for me by default. I can create more depending on the plan that you have. And in each page, whatever I create, if I created this frame and I typed the text hello, it will fall in my layers panel. These are my layers that I'm creating. Anything or everything, if I'm creating this wave, this will come in as a vector. All of these things collectively make up my layers. Okay, so what I've done is, this is a frame, this is a text, this is a vector. I select all of them and control or command G based on whether you're using a Windows laptop or a Mac laptop. Control or command and G. It groups them. Now these pieces can move together. If I want to ungroup them, I do command shift G or control shift G. This is me ungrouping the layers. So now they move independent of each other. Now, if I want to search for something, be it a text, be it something, maybe a name of a frame or any particular asset. For example, I want to search for vector. It will show me that in this page, I have a vector file present. All right. So this is mainly about the left panel. Assets is something that we won't really get into right now because this is more of a advanced level feature. So let's just skip it for now. On the right side, I have indicator of how many people are using this particular file or are active on this particular file. This is used mainly because we can share our designs or have multiple people working on the same file parallelly. I can give edit access to this particular file to a bunch of people, and while I'm working on the maybe the typography, they can be working on the color palette on the side. So that is why if I want to see how many people are active, I just click here and a list of people who are active on this will show up here. Now I have, so for example, let me just remove this, increase the size of this text. Now I need to position this text in the center of this particular frame. Frames are nothing but a set constraint in which you can move your design. This, so for example, if I move this hello outside, it kind of covers this entire space. There is no center for this. This is an open space. If I want to set constraints, if I want to say, "Nahi, this is my box, whatever design I want to make, I want it to be inside this particular box." So that is where a frame helps. So, how do you create a frame? You press F and you create a frame by dragging. So this is my frame now. Okay. Now I'm just gonna move this hello down. So I have my indicators, these red lines that you might be seeing. As I move my element to the center, it helps me find the central point, both vertically and horizontally. But maybe my design is too big, or there are too many areas and I'm not really able to locate this. So what I need to do is I just need to select this element if it is in a frame and change the layout for this. Now I can change the x-axis, y-axis depending on what I need. I can rotate this by 37 degrees. I can rotate it clockwise, anti-clockwise, whatever is required. I can flip it horizontally or vertically, up to me. I can change the width and the height. That is secondary. Appearance is basically nothing but opacity. If I want to reduce the opacity and increase transparency in this text, I can change it from here. Okay, I'm just gonna change it back to 100. Now comes typography. Uh, Sorry guys, just a second. I forgot to turn off the doorbell. Just a second. Yes, sorry about that. Uh, all right, coming back to typography. So I have a variety of fonts that are available for me to pick and choose from. So I can select or install new fonts. I can change the weight of them, increase the size, the indentation, alignment, all of these things I can modify from here. And I can, of course, change the color, add strokes, add any sort of effects I want to, like a drop shadow, or if I want to, maybe add a layer blur. So I can do that from here as well. And I can export my files in whatever format that I require: PNG, JPEG, SVG, or PDF. You can also export these files on a particular scale if I want to export this element at a lesser size than what I designed it at. So I can just do that, or I can export it up to 4x. So that is something that we can work on this particular space. So I'm just gonna quickly head back to the comment section and see if you guys have any queries so far. I need a documentation of UI UX interview questions with answers. I think this is something that you may be able to find on Google, or maybe you can try ChatGPT for this. So, if you have any specific questions or something that you might want to know more about, you can definitely drop a message here. Uh, how to improve UX designing? Okay, yes, we will cover that. Explain auto layout. Yes. So when we get started with the design, we will be working on a couple of elements that we can use as components, which will be reusable, and we can also work on auto layout. All right. Uh, yes, if you have a doubt, please keep on dropping your doubts in the comment section so we can address them. Installation procedure of Figma. You can just directly go to figma.com and there will be a download button. And you can just download. So I think it will detect which kind of system you have, and based on that, it'll give you the download file, the package file for that. Uh, there are no basic requirements for installation, and Figma is a web based application as well. So if I just type up figma.com, it is going to take me to the web system of what they have. So it works pretty much just like the desktop application that I have here. So it has all the same features, it has all the same elements. So if you don't want to download the application, you can just work on the browser. Okay, what is student ambassador program? I think you can just go through the link that Anam had shared. If you can just scroll down, scroll up, you will find a link, and you will be able to know about it. Okay, moving on. Are we going to clone the Figma app or the logo? We are going to clone Instagram application. I'm guessing everybody here knows what Instagram or how it looks, and we are like very very familiar with the interface. But what we are going to do today is create a clone of it. We can maybe list down a couple of features, a couple of primary features that Instagram has, and we are going to try a slightly different variation. Now, I would request everybody to not just jump on your phones and start looking at the application or how it looks, where is what button placed. Let's not do that. Let's just recall as many features and their placement as we can. Message का button कहाँ पे है, post a story का button कहाँ पे है, how to view stories, if there is a post उसके नीचे if there is a like comment share button. Let's just try to recall as many things as we can from memory, because we've been using this app for years, right? Of course everybody has. So let's just see how much of the interface have we actually grasped and not just the content that we are seeing. All right, if everybody is on board, let's get started. Explain auto layout. Are you covering prototype? Yes, we will do a bit of both, but today's session is not primarily focused on that. But yes, of course, because auto layout and prototyping is a crucial part of Figma, so that is something that we are definitely going to cover, but not in a very elaborate manner. Share the link of what you are creating. This is just for reference. I would strongly recommend everybody to just practice what we learned today, and then you can kind of make something of your own as well. And if needed, so yes, I'll add this, I'll have Anam add this link to the one file. How to download fonts from other websites. Okay, we'll get to that as well. All right, so let's just create a frame first. I'm just going to press down F, and there are a couple of preset frames defined by Figma for me. This is the size that I want to go with. This is for iPhone mini, but it doesn't necessarily need to be shoot, I hope my screen is still visible. Okay, it's yes, it's still visible. Great. So, okay, all right. Now we are going to get started with our design bit. So I had kept the two screens just for reference, but for now I'm just gonna focus more on the frame that we have. This is my phone screen. Okay, I need to know from you guys what all information should there be, what all information is there on the homepage of Instagram. If you can just quickly drop in a comment, that will be great. Meanwhile, I'm just going to hide these because they are very distracting, these two images. Just gonna hide these. Okay. Yes, so what all features have you seen on Instagram's homepage? When we use anything in Figma, how to back them? Figma is cloud based, so whatever you're working on, it gets backed up automatically if you are connected to internet. Okay. uh Stories, home, search, post. Okay, so I'm just gonna list them down here, and excuse my writing. We have stories, posts, what else? Profile. This is profile, search, and home. This will be in the bottom navigation. Okay. Yeah, Teja, thanks for this. Da font or 1001 fonts. Just a heads up, guys. Whenever we are going on a website that lets you download the fonts, it is very important to remember or to observe if the font that you're using is free for commercial use or not. So let me just give you an example. So 1001 fonts is the site that I frequent to, and it has a bunch of options. I can just select any type of category, and it will give me a couple of options. So this font looks pretty neat. Okay, but when I go into this, I can see that it is free for personal use. So if you're using it for a project that is going to get published somewhere, that is not your portfolio, it has to be a free font. So you just click on this commercial free option, and the listing now I will get, they will all be free for commercial use as well. So we don't want anybody to get sued here, because using something without royalty, or without providing royalty, or without proper ownership is not okay. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Okay, coming back, we have story, home, search, post, profile, navigation, recent post, feed, messages icon. So I think we had not written feed and message icon. Okay, chat icon, yes, it's the same thing. Reel, create. Okay, so we have reel, create. So I'm just going to design the UI based on what you guys are telling me. If we missed out on any of the feature which you guys did not tell me, we are not going to add it in our design. Comment section, yes. Emoji, okay. Comments, down navigation, okay. Down arrow. Uh, are skills compulsory or certification or portfolios? I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand. Can you give a list of principles of UI UX design or some more theory? Uh, okay, I think this you may be able to find in one of our previous workshops. They should be on the Let's Upgrade channel. We had talked about design and laws of UI and UX. Notification icon, yes, notification was something that we had not thought about. Yes. Meta icon, Meta AI. Okay, Meta AI. But is it on Instagram? I'm not sure. Probably on WhatsApp, but okay. Plus icon, yes. Plus icon is for create. Okay. Like button, yes. Comments and like. Okay. Uh, comment section for a post, yes. Got it. Uses. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Uh, is it possible to make a clone of Instagram in Figma? Yes, that is what we are doing here. So, is it opening for UX, or is it? Yes, there are plenty of openings in the field of UI UX. So, you can just start small, create a portfolio, and maybe apply for internship if you don't have work experience. and go from there. Search option, save button, and share. Okay, I think we wrote search, share, and save. Okay. Uh, okay. Uh, so certifications are important, of course, because they kind of solidify people's faith in you that yes, this person has done a course, they know something. But I think certification or portfolio, I mean, none of these things matter if you don't have the skill or if you're not dedicated enough. If you want a career in designing, you have to be very, very disciplined. You have to be working on your skill and keep on up with the trends that are in the market. So yes, I mean, this is a gradual, curve. So you start with learning the skill. Okay, you pack it up with certifications, right? Then you go for an internship, and then you land a job. So this is the gradual progression of what you should be doing, or how the career graph, in an ideal world looks like. So I hope that helped. Login logout button, second account. Yes, this was very important. Thank you. This was second account. I really hope you guys are not just looking at your phone and telling me the features. Profile button, profile, I think, yes, we had added. Uh, how should we be able to publish our UI? So there are multiple sites like Behance, Dribble, or you can just create your own website on Wix. I mean, these are just very easy drag and drop setups. Or you can just have a Figma link also. You can create an interactive prototype for that. Uh, okay. Edit, follow, recent chats, search. Okay, I think this should be enough for us to kind of create a first variation of the application. And okay, so once we have done that, once we have listed down all that we need, let's just create a very quick wireframe. So, for those who are not familiar with what a wireframe is just dabbe banana. Literally, just creating boxes to kind of understand what your space division will look like. So, for example, this is my status bar. So, what it has is it has your time, it has your Wi-Fi ka icon. It has your battery ka icon over here telling you how much battery you have left. And in some of the phones, there is space for your camera or your proximity sensor or stuff like that. All these things are placed here. Then Instagram currently has their logo placed here somewhere, and then they have a couple of icons like, I'm guessing, search or messages or chat or activity, something like that. And then it has a section where you can see your account, your stories that you may have posted, and apart from that, a couple of stories from the people that you follow or are suggested to you, or certain ads that are showing up in between. So this is your stories section, and then comes the actual posting part. The feed is what you call it. So right now we have covered stories, we have covered feed, we have covered messages from here. Create. Okay, I think create can be done from here, and there is a button that is supposed to be placed here as well. Comments down, notification. Yeah, I think notification again is something that can be covered in these three. And share icon. Okay, second account. I think Instagram, what Instagram does is it lets you switch between accounts from here if you have multiple accounts. So it just gives you this arrow. This is called a chevron. When you click on it, so it opens up a leaf like this, bottom modal, where you have your account number one, the account ID, and if there is any activity in it, one new post or one new like or something. And I think then it has a button here somewhere, that link or just maybe an arrow. And account number two, similarly, something, something. And then you go or go to home, something like that. So this is what Instagram does right now, but we are not gonna copy what Instagram is doing. We are just going to try to innovate on what Instagram is already doing. So, okay, all these things we have covered. Now comes the part where we start to see the feed. So, in the feed, we see the person's profile picture and we see their name. And maybe I think over here it is the location. For example, this is Delhi, India, right? It's written something like this. And then we have our kebab menu. These three dots, these three circles, they're called kebab menu. Okay. Or if you see three lines like this is hamburger menu. And now I see an image or a video that is placed here, right? And okay, wait, I think I might be remembering it wrong. No, okay. The ID or the account info comes on top, and then we have certain action labels, certain interactions. We have like button, we have comment section, and we have a share button. So I think share looks something like this. And then I think we can maybe save this icon, save this post, and then we have a description. So for example, if Kyosuri posted something, so I think over here we get some sort of a description, right? And some hashtags if added, and view comments. And if I tap on this or this icon, I get a pop-up in which all the comments are listed, right? And then we get a timestamp that this post was posted 2 minutes ago. All right, so this is all the information that I see for any particular post. And if this is a carousel post, I get some dots at the bottom, right? To show me, to indicate that there are multiple images and I need to swipe right or left based on wherever I am on this indicator, right? Now, the same thing happens. So there's certain spacing in between, and the same thing is repeated here. And I see another image being placed here. Now comes the bottom navigation. This was my top navigation where I could navigate to another account. I could navigate to messages, to activity, or maybe to another button that I'm kind of spacing out on what is actually here. But that's okay. We can just kind of figure out from these features at what we want to put over there. So, all right. So this was my top navigation. This is my bottom navigation. So I have home here. I have an option to explore based on what Instagram is suggesting me, or the people that I'm following, what are they liking. All of that is shown in the explore feature. I have my create button, which is also accessible from the stories, because it still asks you whether if you click here, it still asks you whether you want to post a story or create a reel or something like that. Then after that, I think this particular section is just for reels. And then we have, I think, your profile section. So this is what the wireframe for Instagram's homepage looks like. So I'm not gonna go back to Instagram's UI, and I would suggest you don't either. And let's just see what all have we kind of added in this, and if there is something that could be done better. So I'm just going to, I selected this frame, I clicked on present, and I'm just going to go to prototype, select iPhone 13 mini, and this is what my screen will look like. Okay, I'm just going to remove all the noise, all the arrows that I had created over here. Okay, so just take this in for now. I know it looks a little scrambled right now, but we will get to the fine tuning part in a little bit. So I'm just going to head over to the comment section and see what you guys are cooking up. Okay, so this is where we were. Video button, video download. I don't think Instagram lets you download any videos. Color principle, yes. So color principle was something that we covered in our Canva workshop. So I think you can just head on to Let's Upgrade's channel and look for it. People's avatar for profile setup, yes. Login, logout, this will come in the profile section. So today we are going to cover the home feed. So maybe tomorrow we can just create a couple of pages like your explore page, stories, or even profile. Likes, story strokes. Yes, I got what you're saying. So yes, we will come to that. Edit profile, that will again come in the profile section. Recent chats, follow CTA button, follow CTA. Okay, this is good. I think this is something that we had missed before. This can be your follow button. If somebody had not, if you were shown this feed, which was not part of somebody, or like which was not part of your profile, you were not following this person, and it kind of made me think of the sponsored pages that we see. I think currently it comes up as a text over here. Maybe we can just spawn SORAT. Okay, yes. So maybe we can just keep the tag here. Are you kidding? No, we are not. Meta, other platform icons in footer. No, I don't think we need to add other platform icons. Mainly because when the user is using Instagram, we don't want the user to go to Facebook or Twitter or even WhatsApp. We want the user to stay on Instagram to kind of like increase the application's activity time. So is this going to be a responsive design? Responsive design is something that we're not covering today. I mean, currently we're just creating the design for the application. uh, okay. How are you writing in Figma? Okay, so guys, how I'm able to write in Figma is because I have this tab, and it's a Wacom tab, medium size, and it comes with this pen, which kind of lets me, move a little more easily throughout, the entire thing. So, okay, are we designing the Instagram functionalities or just UI? So we are creating the UI, but it also helps if we can kind of understand what functionalities maybe Instagram missed out on, or if there is a better placement for that. Okay. Ads with hyperlink and reels. Yes, this is something that we will cover. So I'm just going to, just for your references, I'm just going to write down what all we will be covering tomorrow. So for 28th, just really excuse my handwriting, guys. Can't really help it. So for 28th, we are working on home. Okay. And for 29th, we will work on stories. We will work on explore, and we can also, if we have the time, we can work on profile. Okay. And I think for today we can work on the login page also if we get the time. I think this page does not really require a lot of time, and so I can just quickly give you a walkthrough of that. Okay, so I think our home page's wireframe is all sorted. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly replicate this. How did I do this? So I selected my frame, held down Shift and Alt. So it just created a copy of this. Now I'm going to group all these elements. Oh, they're already grouped. Great. So grouping your layers is very important because it kind of creates a mess on the layer panel. So if I just group everything, you can see that it's just a very neat and tidy, listing. So, okay, this was my wireframe, and this is going to be my UI design. So another fun thing about Figma is that you don't have to make everything from scratch if you are just learning. If you are relatively new at Figma, so on the home page there is an explore community section. You click on that and you search for anything. So for example, I need to set the color palette for the application that we are going to make now, and I search for gradients, selected that I want something free, and in all products I want Figma design. So Figma has a couple of features. It has dev mode, which is whatever design I create, it gives me the code for that. And it can also, Figma has prototypes as well. FigJam is, I'll show you. It's a little hard to explain without actually visualizing it. And Figma Slides, which is mainly for PPTs. Currently, we're working on Figma design. So I'm selecting that, and a couple of gradient options it has given me. So I think I had just selected one, not sure where it went. So okay, I'm just going to select this one. I don't feel like creating a gradient from scratch right now, but I think it will be a good exercise for you to kind of see that what all type of colors people have. So this Figma community is not just limited to colors. So for example, if I want to search for the design for a healthcare application or a dashboard, so all I need to do is just search for health, and it has given me website designs, dashboards, so applications, icons. So whatever you want to create, it is probably already here. So I'm not saying that you need to copy paste these designs, but they will give you a good idea or give you a good head start on how to create application designs. Okay, so coming back to this, we have a bunch of color options. I think this is the one that looks closest to what Instagram has right now, probably this one as well. But I would want to do something a little bit different, not too different, just a little bit different. So I'm going to choose this, and I'm also going to add maybe a hint of purple in this. I'm not gonna add too much blue. I created a circle. You can kind of get yourself familiarized with the shortcuts. I'll share the shortcut key with Anam. She will add it in the one link. And of course, you can just create any sort of shape from these panels. You can create a frame or a section or slice. You can change your cursor from here. Pen tool, pencil tool, you can add a text, you can add a comment, and then there are some AI tools or some shortcuts for here for your ease. So okay, I created this circle. Now I'm going to go to effects, layer blur, and increase. I'm just testing to see how this is going to look. Maybe I increase it to 300. I think 300 was a little much. Maybe 200. 200. Okay, this seems good. But I don't want this color to go outside this square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select, right click, frame selection, and on the right design panel, clip content. Okay, so nothing happened. That's okay. I'm going to go back to my layers panel, select the circle, ellipse 5, drag it into the frame 1. Okay, so now it's a part of this particular circle. Now I want this to be a little bit pink as well. So I'm just gonna choose this color. So I think my purple is a little too dark. I'm just gonna soften it up a little bit. And yeah, okay. So I think this is a good, decent combination that we have created here. And I'm just going to add it to my color palette. So I think I had some already created. I'm just going to delete them really quickly. Not sure. Acha, okay, this might be from one of the previous workshops. Okay, so another cool thing that Figma lets you do is it lets you add designs to a library so that you don't have to remember iska hex code kya tha, or you don't have to kind of like, if you're in the middle of designing this particular circle, you don't have to zoom out, open the color picker and just see ki kaun sa color tha yahan pe. You don't have to do that. You can just add all of these things into your library. And for the people who are getting restless कि हम design कब start करेंगे, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that pretty soon. But I think it's important for you to understand what we are doing and how we are doing it. So okay, how do we go about adding colors to your library or even typography? We're gonna start with colors. So I pressed R, created a rectangle, and went to fill, gradient, and as you can see, a preset gradient has been created. And I go to my color picker. I pick this color for the cornermost side. Okay. Now I go lower for this. Okay. But you can see kind of like that in the center, it's not really capturing the pink and the reddish tones that I had created, right? So I'm just going to click on plus. It added one stop in my gradient trail. I added one more, and this time I think it's this one, and this I need to be more close to red. Okay, and for the other one I need to be more close to pink. I think my red is a little too bright, so I'm just going to fade it back to orange, and this pink can be like this. Okay, so this is my gradient trail. Now I need to just make sure that they are spaced evenly, so that because pehle the purple looked like somebody had stuffed it in a corner. We don't want to do that. We want the design to look very evenly spread. And okay, so this was a tone that was very similar, very close to what Instagram currently has. And because we want something a little different, a little not Instagram looky. So I'm just going to change this color palette to the shades of blue and purple just to see what it looks like. So, okay. I think this shade is pretty neat also. Can you guys quickly just vote on this? Do we go with number 1 or number 2? If this is not clear, number 1, number 2. Which palette do you want to pick and why? Guys, be active on the chat. I'm just gonna go back. Number 1, 2. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for like 6, 7 people, and okay, we can earn money. Not making two looks. Okay, I think we are at a tie. Okay, cool, cool. Two looks good. I think we can go ahead with two now. Great. So now that we have this linear gradient. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to these four dots, add, and call it my primary gradient. Okay. So as you can see, this has been added in my file. Okay. Now I need a couple of colors to help me create the design. For example, if I am liking something, I need a red color, right? For the solid heart. So this will be called like. Okay, I think we don't really need any other color because so the one of the reasons Instagram chose such a colorful logo but did not use that those colors very prominently throughout the application, it is just a combination of black and white, is is because all the colors that you need to make your design, your application look lively are coming through the pictures. So there is a thing that is kind of like, not a lot of people understand this, but there is something called too much color. So Instagram shows a very vibrant, very lively color palette, but it uses its colors very, very minimally. So for example, I think on this page, maybe if I'm not wrong, they have some colors on this plus icon and on the dot for the stories. Even their logo is black and white. I think for a dark theme it is white, for a light theme it is black. So they don't use a lot of colors, right? So that is something that we need to keep in mind. Do not overwhelm your design with colors. Okay. So okay, I think we have a decent head start on our application. So I'm just gonna delete all of this. Okay, we have the wireframe. Oh, I think I swapped it. I deleted wireframe and UI. Okay, that's okay. So we have our wireframe and we have a color palette. Can somebody tell me what is the next thing we need to set in order to start our design? Don't worry, we still have a good 1 hour. But what should I set next in order to get started with the design? Can somebody tell me? Just gonna head back to the comment section. Okay, I think people were commenting. Okay, guys, we have started with the design bit now. But before that, I set my colors. I have my wireframe. What is the next thing that I need to select in order to get started with the UI? This is for the people who told me that they have worked on interface designs before. No, not profile, not logo, not bottom navigation. We need to set our typography. We need to select the kind of font we want to use and what are going to be the size variations of that. So, okay. Figma lets you or selects inter font for you by default. So, if I want to set this as the size for my profile, which is 18 right now, I can do that, or I can reduce it to 16. So when I selected this font, I could also look at a couple of others. So I think this one is also pretty neat. It is very spacey, very airy. So I think this is something that we can. So as of now, we are just going to select a font. Setting the typography is something that we will do once we have the design in place. So I'll tell you later on as we progress into the design that why is it so important to set typography in this. But let's just go to configuring the design. So I think if I go back to the Figma workshop, yes. So this is my status bar. That is something that I just need to quickly copy from here. Not sure why the entire thing came back up. Okay, I just needed the status bar, but everything came back with it. So, okay, this is my status bar. All right, and we are designing the application in a light theme. I personally prefer a dark theme. That is how I have set my mobile also. But I think a lot of people prefer light theme, so that is something that we are going ahead with today. So our status bar is set. Now we need to have a logo of Instagram and a drop down icon. Does anybody have a better solution for adding another account or accessing another account? Uh, Not keeping it like this. So if you have any suggestions or any feedback that this particular feature should be kept not here or maybe some other place, just feel free to drop in and we can just chat about it, that why do you think this feature or this Instagram logo should be there or not, something like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go back and Instagram logo. I think I need the text Instagram written and not the icon. So right click, copy, go back to Figma, Control V or Command V, paste it. And when I've selected an image, you can see that I have certain options. Crop image. I need to crop this image. So I just need the logo for now. So I'm just gonna remove all the extra space around it and drag it back to my design, resize, and place it over here. So you can see that there is like, a very fine background to this image. So usually what I prefer to do is when I search for an image, I go to colors and transparent. So it gives me images which have transparent background. But it is also important that you check the usage rights. They should have commercial and other licenses. Wait, creative licenses. I had not searched or used this feature in a long time. There used to be a fourth option which said that free for commercial use. So I think maybe they removed it. And all these icons that you see on her were licensable. This means that these images you can't really use. But I think if you are in the process of just recreating something for your portfolio, it doesn't matter. You can just use this particular image for now. That's okay. Just a second. Okay, so now we need to add an arrow, which is also called a chevron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either I can bring in an icon from here. For example, I go to, I think, yeah, place image. I can export an image, or I can just click on Control or Command Shift K. So it opens up my panel in which I can search for a chevron. So this is nothing but the icons or assets I have downloaded in my laptop. So I'm just accessing those. I resize this to make it a little smaller and move it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two layers and press on Shift A. So you can see that the icon on the right has now changed and a message says auto layout added. So auto layout is nothing but a feature that Figma introduced which helps you create designs which are scalable. So for example, अभी के लिए I added Instagram's logo and this icon together, right? What is the big deal? I can do this in through the group feature as well. So okay, let's just see what is the difference between auto layout and grouping. So currently, this is a group, this is auto layout. Okay, and in auto layout, I set the gap to auto. So I'm just going to select both of these and I'm going to stretch them. I'm going to move them to that side, just one side. Okay, so let's see how that affects both of my designs. So just so it is clear, this is auto layout and this is a group. Okay, so you can see that the group kind of broke my design. It kind of increased the height of both the icons and the logo, while in auto layout, it only increased the space between these two. It kind of adjusts with respect to the screen size or the space that I have been given. Okay, so I think we will keep on using auto layout throughout the design here and there. So, and I can just give you little tips on this. But if you have any questions, just feel free to drop a message. I do have a slight beef with the status bar, so I'm just gonna go back and status bar iOS. So I'm just going to pick up something a little neat, something a little sleeker. This looks very outdated. I understand that is what I had picked, but I don't like it anymore. So I'm just gonna change it. Okay. So I think, oh God, I think this is the same size. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly change it because on phones it doesn't look so big. So I have a little OCD for such things. So just bear with me. So we have this and we have this over here. Okay, this is just a quick fix. This I just put a bandage on this. So let's not do all the things that I'm doing wrong. Let's not remember those. I'm just gonna make the space 6 again and add a very fine line at the bottom. Now this line may be looking a little too heavy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select these two lines, reduce their weight from 1 to 0.25 and reduce the opacity to 50%. So you can see they're still a little visible. So I'm just going to reduce the opacity to 20% and select this, play, and okay, I think I might have reduced the width a little too much. 0.5 should work, and the lines are almost visible now. But maybe the Instagram logo could be a little big. So I'm just gonna increase this. Select these three layers. So when I've selected two or more layers and the gap between them is not even, Instagram gives me this option to tidy up. So now the gap between these three layers is 9 pixel each. I'm just gonna make it a round tip and that's about it. Great. So I don't really need this top line because my this whole element, I forgot what it's called, but it is kind of creating a segregation anyways. So now I need to add a couple of icons here. I need I think a chat icon and maybe a notification or activity icon. Okay, these are the two icons I need to put over here. So I'm just going to go to this one side that I go to, which is SVG repo. So whenever we are working on a design tool, not Canva, but anything other than Canva, like Illustrator or XD or Figma, it is ideal to use a file that is in the format of SVG. So SVG is a scalable vector graphic, which basically means, so for example, this arrow is an SVG and this image is a PNG. So SVGs, I can edit this, right? I can change the color for this. I can, create any shape out of this. So that is what an SVG is, and that is what we are looking for today as well. So I need an icon for activity or chat. So I'm just gonna select this one. Wait, was that for, yes, that was for chat. So I'm just gonna select this. It downloaded the logo, the icon, and I place it somewhere outside. Now when I resize this icon, you can see that the size is getting bigger because it has a corner, it has an outline of 50 pixels. I need this to be of the same size when I resize it or decrease the size of it. So what I do is I just press K and resize it so it keeps the thickness of the border same. This is basically your scaling feature. And this is super helpful for people who want to kind of like, let go of the hassle of making sure abhi ye 1 pixel hai yahan pe, and if I scale it up, it has to be 20% of what it used to be or something like that. Okay, so we have placed our first icon, which is for chat, and the next icon was going to be for notifications. So I'm just going to quickly search for notifications. There has to be a bell icon, and I think we can use this one. It looks slightly different. It's not your typical bell icon design, which is good because we are not, making something mainstream. We want to make something that looks a little bit different. So I'm just gonna move it here and match it to the same size as this icon. Okay, they match now. Great. I'm just gonna remove this. Okay, so now I have my chat icon and my notification icon. So I can just remove these backgrounds from here. Moving it a little to the corner, and maybe I can just keep some sort of a background around these. I can give them radius corners, slightly curved edges if I want. I can do the same for this. Maybe not the best approach, maybe a solid fill or a slightly different shade of this could work. Let's just see. I think this will barely be visible. Okay. So yes, I've added two icons on the right side now. Now comes my story section. I'm just gonna quickly head back to the comment section, see if anybody has any doubts on what we've done so far. Font, okay. Second account option will be in profile. Yes, we can do that. Instagram is black color. Okay. Uh, can you please tell how you select a thing? Control plus. Okay, how do we select assets? So for example, I have this text and I have this box. So I just hold down the mouse or your touchpad, or you just drag a box together. That's it. Select it. If you want to group them, Control G, Command G. If you want to add auto layout, Shift A, and yeah, that's about it. Is there a common pixel size for icons? So there is no set size for icons with regards to pixels. I think it has to be more about making a design that is tappable. So for example, I put these two icons here, right? I was gonna talk about it later, but if you can see this white circle that I can see on the prototype on the black side, this is the uh, this is designed basically to map with your thumb or your index finger with which you tap on your screen. So if I try to tap on the bell icon, I could very easily accidentally tap on the chart icon because they are placed very close to each other. So that is why we need to have ample of space between two icons so that the user does not accidentally make a gesture or an action they did not intend to, because that is how a user gets frustrated, and the more you frustrate the user, the less likely he is to come back to your platform. So again, we don't want to piss off the user. And all right, so coming back to your question, there is no set tappable area, sorry, pixel size. You can keep your icon as small as you want, but it has to be understandable. I mean, we took a slightly different icon for notification than people are used to. So what that tells us is that we cannot keep the icon too small, that it should not be, readable. This is not readable right now. This is not like clearly visible. This may be. We will need to check this in our mobile to really verify that whether it is readable or not. But the one thing that is very absolutely certain is that there has to be at least, this much space in between two icons so that they don't accidentally tap on the wrong thing. Okay, I hope this is clear. Uh, okay, can we use Iconify and plugins? Yeah, definitely. You can definitely use plugins, which will import all the icons in your Figma file, and you can just search for them directly. So क्या ये icons work करेंगे? Yes, बिल्कुल करेंगे. And okay, moving on to our story design. So right now we have a list of people who have added their stories here. So what we are going to do is we are just going to create a circle for starters, and I think the first circle is usually for the person's UI. And so sorry, I forgot to tell you about this one very important thing which I just realized, is layout grid. Now this is a very super important tool, mainly because it kind of defines the margins of your design. So I just realized, because I could not really figure out what do I align my circle with, because Instagram is an image and iska corner is starting from somewhere here, whereas this status bar that I kind of goofily mapped or put here, it's starting from here. So what we need to do is select our artboard, select our frame, uh, plus go to columns. Count can be less actually, or it can be more. Margins can be however much you want them to be. For me, I think 20 is fine. Margins bole to from the corners, right? I think I can make it 18. 18 seems fine, yes. And I'm going to change the color to blue because red is looking a little threatening. Reducing the opacity to, I think it's 10% right now. I think 10 should be fine. And it has to be very slightly visible so that you maintain your design within the boundaries. You don't want the your design to just fall off, right? Because I think in some of Samsung phones, it seems like the text is going right at the curve. I think they have slightly curved screens, so it looks like that your text is going something like this. So we don't really want to do that. We want to keep ample space between the edge of the screen and where your content starts. So I'm just gonna quickly reduce or crop this side of the logo, and I'm going to move my status bar a little to the left as well to kind of match uh, my margins. Okay, and similarly for the story section, the account section that I have. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. And on the right side as well, I just need to move the battery icon, and similarly I need to move these two icons so that they are within the margins now. Now because I have set my corners, I can go back to my wireframe and hide this for now. Maybe I can check it later on to see if I'm on the right track or not. But okay, I need to place an image here. So I'm just gonna go to uh, can we see this live through the link? Yes, you can just refer to the same link, and if you go back, so you can see the entire process. Shortcut key, short key for mobile view. Do you mean a shortcut key? Is that what you mean? I'm just gonna search. I went to pixels.com. It's a royalty free site, and I'm just gonna pick up this image. I copied it, selected the circle, and pasted it. Okay, so this is this is going to act as my profile icon now. And I think there is a plus or an add icon on the side as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a circle which is bottom aligned with this image, and changing the color to white. And now I'm going to create, I can create a plus icon, or I can just export something, or as I think somebody had mentioned that I can of course you know, use a plugin for that. So I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you how to create an icon as well. So voila, your plus icon is ready. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to give, I'm going to try to give it the color of our product, and maybe change the grid a little bit, the gradient shade. Okay, I think this looks fine. Maybe we will revisit this because I don't like the two gradients being so close to each other. So, okay. Let's just stick to what I was preaching, not adding too many colors. So I'm just gonna stick with this. So this indicates that I don't have any stories that I've posted yet. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just replicating this, reducing the size a little bit. Currently, I was at 53. I am reducing it to 40. Okay, you might ask why I did that. Because I want to add some names under this. Okay, I'm going to reduce the size of this font. I think it can go smaller, and maybe medium. So I'm just going to add auto layout again. But I think, again, I'm not sure if there should be a text like your account or my name or something here, because this is going to end up looking a little uneven, probably. But I'm not sure. I mean, I don't feel the need of adding your account text over here. I know it's my account, is why I'm seeing this button. So I'm not sure if Instagram does that or not, but okay, let's see. Anyways, so I have replicated these layouts. I just need to group this and centrally align these two with each other, and then align them with the margins also. Now I'm just going to quickly change the images to make it a little more happening. So I'm just gonna select happy. It gives us really cool images. So if I want to select this one, this is one, this is two, just gonna add a couple more. This is a nice picture. Okay, this is a nice colorful picture. So I'm just copy pasting these, okay? And I think this name can be smaller, but I'm not sure. I think it's barely visible right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce the opacity a little bit so that it remains the same size. It is readable, but it's not so overwhelming anymore. I think I can go down to 50% even. So this is going to be Jane Doe. This can be Mary Ann dot dot. This can be Martin L dot dot. This can be Peter dot dot, and this can be Rachel K dot dot. Okay, so all right. Now we have added people who have added their stories. Now we need to add a line that indicates that these people have added these many stories. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this image because I don't want to create another circle and then align it with this one. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait. I just noticed that the width is off. Selecting all of these 42. Okay, okay, it's sorted now. Not sure what happened there, but anyways. So I selected this image. So although this is an image, I can still make it a vector. I go to the properties, I remove the solid fill, add an outline. Okay. So you can see that an outline has been created, and just to show you that it is just an outline now, I bring it back. So, all right. Now I select the outlined image and see how close I want to keep it so that it is identifiable. Yes, it is visible to the user now. I may need to move the text a little lower so that it does not kind of like, get bungled up with the text. Okay, so I can add my gradient to this now. Yes, this is looking nice. I think I need to change the color of this though because it's kind of throwing me off. This was supposed to be in black. So I'm just gonna look for a logo which is transparent and black. Amazing. So I'm just gonna paste it here. Remove the icon. I don't need the icon and align this to this size. Awesome. I think, yeah, now we're getting the nice elite feeling. And another thing, try to declutter your design as much as you can. So, for example, because these two boxes at the back are not really visible, there's no point in keeping them. I can just keep this empty space. It looks pretty neat, right? So, that is something that we can keep in mind. Now, selecting this again, try to increase the thickness of the stroke and maybe keep it in center so it's not just growing inwards. Okay, so once we have this kind of indicates that this person only has one story, and so does this person. Maybe this person has added multiple stories, so what I need to do is I need to add breaks in the line, right? So I don't need to kind of like add or like do this. Let's not go for quick fixes. Let's go through the process. I go to the properties of the stroke, dashed, curved, rounded corners, and I can now increase the dash size, and I can decrease the gap between them. So wait, I think, okay, yeah, I think this is pretty sorted. It kind of lets you see that this person has added 4 stories. Okay, if you want more, then we can just reduce the increase the frequency of the dashes. So similarly, adding it here and here. So I think this is pretty easily understandable. I'm just going to group all these, and just a second, aligning it again with this. Now I feel that the gap between the lines has kind of like, gone away. So I'm just adding 12 pixel as the gap between from top and bottom, so that it looks breathable. Okay, now comes the part of our actual feed. So what we are going to do is we are going to wait. Before that, I'm just gonna head back to the comment section, see if you have any questions or anything. Um, you can use the plugins, right? Unsplash for images. Yes, yes, you can definitely do that. Uh, okay, I think no questions so far. Let's go back to our design. So now I'm going to see the profile picture for a person I might be following, for example, this one. So I see this image, I'm going to align it to this side. I'm going to add a name to this, making the opacity back to 100%, increasing the size and thickness. So this can be a Jeanette. Jeanette Spencer. Spencer, yes. And she lives in uh, New York, USA. Okay. And I do follow her, so I don't really see the follow button. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly head to our wireframe. So yes, I got the profile picture, location, the name. I do follow this person, and the kebab menu. Okay, so for the kebab menu, I'm just gonna go back to the download section, search for dots, because I remember it being here as dots, or kebab. Okay, I think it was under the name kebab. So I'm just gonna resize this. So I have an option based on the design that I want to make. I can keep them horizontal or vertical. But I think we have the space on the side that I can keep it vertical. So I think that is okay. I'm just going to add auto layout to this card. So I've already added auto layout to this and kept the gap between them as 4 pixel. Selecting the image now, adding auto layout to this, centrally aligning, increasing the gap between these two, and adding one more auto layout to these. And let's just see if the gap is maintained or not. Okay, I think we can reduce the gap now. Yeah. Okay, all right. This is sorted. Now we need to add an image. So you can see that the overall width that we have taken is 341 pixels. Maybe we can just reduce it by 1 pixel just to make a nice round figure. Now I'm going to add 340, and the height can be whatever I want it to be. So one beef that I have with Instagram is that it only has two particular sizes. with which you can upload your image. I think one of the size is a square, and I think the other one looks a little taller like this. I would, in an ideal world, want if my picture is of this height, please let me upload it without having to add a border or cropping my image. So, okay, I think what we are going to do is we are just going to uh, let the image sizes be as they were clicked. So, okay, we are going to go to this particular image, pasting it here, and because my icons have some soft rounded edges, all of my icons, so it kind of makes sense to have corner radius to my image, not too much, just a little bit, because your design has to follow the same theory, the same principle. Okay, it cannot have different elements in it. Your images can't have pointy corners where your icons have slightly softened rounded corners. So we have to have some sort of resemblance in all of this. So okay, I think we had a sponsored tag as well. So what I'm going to do is, so regardless of if this person is in your circle or not, they can still run paid promotions. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to create a tag which says sponsored. Sponsored goes up, adding the text, and okay. So I'm just going to, so I added a auto layout to this, and it automatically added the corner padding to this. I'm just reducing that 8 and 8. Okay, so I think 8 height would be a little too much, so I'm just reducing it to 4, and I can keep it on the top right, or uh, top right, I think is the right position. I don't want it to be on the top left because I don't want the user to see this as the first thing. I want them to know about it, but at the same time, because this side is a little empty, so it makes sense for me to keep it on this side. Okay, and I don't want this to be so obvious, so I'm just gonna reduce the size a little bit, but at the same time I can kind of reduce the transparency for this as well. Let me just see if I can bring it down to 30, and again do the same thing to its corner radiuses. So it doesn't quite look centered, and I'm not sure why that is, but okay, let's see if this helps at all. Okay, yeah, I think this is fine. I'm just going to add this tag on the right. Okay, and all right, so your image is pretty sorted now, and so I had my tag, I had my image, they were overlapping, I added them in auto layout, and it automatically shifted my tag to the left side. So what do I just drag it to the corner? No, it won't let me. So instead, what I need to do is I need to select the parent auto layout frame and align it to the right side. Okay, so simple as that. Now I need a couple of icons on the bottom left, your like icon, chat icon, share icon, indicators that this is there are multiple images if there are any, and an option to save this particular post. So we can keep the save feature in the kebab menu, or we can have it very easily accessible on the right side. I think having it easily accessible naturally makes sense. So we're just going to download a couple of icons. I think I may have an icon for like, let me just download it anyways. Uh, I think like instead of searching for like, I can just search for heart. This looks fine. Comment. We can, I think, use the same icon we had used over here, your comments. And then there is another icon for share. Okay, I think this can be your share icon. Now, one thing to notice is all the icons that I'm using are outlined because I want the solid filled icons to be my active state. So I'm just gonna drop these two icons here in my frame, resize them, bringing another icon that I got, which is for share. I think we need to get one more icon for save. Going back, save or bookmark. I think let me just search via bookmark. Yes, this looks good. Adding it to my file by pressing down K. Wait, I think I may have selected another layer with this because it is also getting resized. Okay, so I just need to deselect, scale this, and bring this here. Okay, so now I have four icons and I need them to be of the same size, same thickness. So I'm just gonna select 18 as their common size. I'm not sure what is happening at now. Okay, 16. Okay, let's just go with 16. Decreasing the size for this as well. I think something might be off with this icon because the frame for this icon looks big, but not the icon itself. So we may need to manually adjust it, which is okay. Uh, okay, this looks fine, I think. Yeah, they look like they are of the same size. Reducing it to 16 again. I think of all the icons we have, this comment icon might be the biggest. So I'm just gonna bring it down just a little bit. Okay, cool. So now we have these four icons. I'm just gonna spread them out evenly and bring the save icon on the rightmost side and leave these three icons over here like this. They do need to be horizontally aligned though. Now we need to kind of figure out what to put with these. So for example, when we talk about likes, I also need to mention that this post got this many likes, right? And you can also indicate to the person that you haven't liked it yet. It does have this many likes. So, okay. And we also need to show how many comments have been made to this particular post, right? So, maybe these many comments have been made. And then there's another stat, which is how many times has it been shared. So it has been shared this many times. Let's just go back to our prototype. Okay, these are the stats. Great. Now we can add a description to this image. I hope I'm not going at a fast pace. So if somebody can just kind of confirm if they are getting what I'm trying to explain here, if the speed is okay, if they have any queries for those who are listening. क्या करने के बाद HTML कोड मिल जाएगा? So Figma does have a dev mode option, but I think it's a paid feature. But there are certain plugins that you can explore which give you the code as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing no questions. All right, so I'll just proceed. And so this is the person. who had posted, Jeanette Spencer. And so because Instagram handles don't really have any capitalization, so I'm just gonna add the handle here, Jeanette Spencer, and this can be in our uh, web color or your brand color, not web color. But another thing that I just noticed is that our light blue is too blue. If we want to put something in that text, it won't really be readable. So what I need to do is I need to go back, I need to fix my color palette and make it a little bit darker. Keep it in the green zone, but keep it a little dark so that it is somewhat readable. I hope that was clear. And okay, on my way to hike the or to on my way to climb up the highest of the mountains. Wish me luck. Okay, so this is what she had written. I just need to reduce the lines. So I made it in two different lines because this particular portion was here. I can also change the formatting for this, but this is how we are going to keep it for now. Increasing the line height a little bit. So this is the caption that she has written on this particular post. And then we can also show what others have posted. So for example, uh, Martin uh, wrote, good luck. Good luck, Janet. So I need to highlight that Martin wrote this. I'm just going to select the name, the handle, and make it bold. Okay. And similarly, if somebody else had written a comment or something, so we could just make it bold as well. Or because we don't want to use all that space for this, so I'm just going to add view more comments. Okay, and space them out evenly, selecting these three layers, and they have a gap of 12 pixel between them. So I'm going to just reduce the opacity to 50% and maybe add character spacing because this was not very clearly readable and I don't want to really take any chances. Okay, so yeah, this is our post. You can like, if you like this post, the color will change to this. And if you comment, then I don't think on commenting, nothing really changes. It's just that this number increases. But on like, you get, some sort of an icon over here. Similarly, for save, if you've saved it, then I think the icon's color changes again. And yep, so this is my, I'm just gonna auto layout these, this, with this, and this. Like, I think I could have gone without this. Yeah. So my common spacing between these is 14, and this became a post. Now I can replicate this to make another one. There are some applications which keep some sort of like, buffer space, extra gap between two posts. Some tend to have a bar like this, which kind of tells you that this is the first post, this is another post. I think this is what LinkedIn application does. I'm not really sure on what Instagram does, but I think this is something that we can just kind of make a note of, that if you ever feel that there is not a very clear segregation between sections, you can always use negative space for this. For example, what I have done, I have kept a space of 46 pixels between these two posts. But you can always kind of, use a separator, a thick separator, to kind of ensure that the user knows that these are two separate posts and not to confuse them. Okay, I think this is fine. I'm just gonna move it back and Control Shift lock. Sorry, Control Shift L to lock this frame. So now we work on our bottom navigation for this particular bit. I'm just going to create 60. I just need to make it around 60. Centrally align this and adding a stroke of black with 30% opacity. Selecting this little option, individual strokes, I only want the stroke to be at the top. Coloring the rest white. So now you can see that there is a very fine line, but I can just make it lighter, and I can add a bunch of icons in this. Like I can add an icon for home, explore, or if I want to create something, reels or profile. So I think for profile, I can just use the same image that I had used here because I already have a profile picture uploaded. Now again, make sure that it is within your margins, and an icon for home. Going to downloads, selecting home. Resizing it, bringing it here. I think this size seems fine. I don't necessarily need to write the word home or explore or plus or reel. I think the icons should do the talking on our behalf. So I think explore. Let's see what sort of icons can we get. Okay, compasses. I think yeah, that is something similar to what Instagram is also doing. I think they also have an explore icon, explore feature denoted by a compass. So I think we can do that as well. uh, so I think our time for today is almost up. Now, what I request you guys to do is we'll just add the link to this particular file in the one link and understand what all changes have we made, be it a big change or a small change. But I kind of do want everybody to to just go through it and figure out if there is something that could have been done better. So I'm adding a slightly different icon for and because I personally believe that we are adding or this option lets you add so many things through it. So why just label it as a simple plus icon? I'm just gonna reduce this again. So we are going to give this icon a feel that you can do so much more with this icon. Okay. uh, and what was the last one? Reel. Now I don't really know how to denote reel. Maybe in the form of a video, video camera with okay, let's just go with this for now. Maybe if you have any suggestions on what can be done better, you can let us know tomorrow. And meanwhile, we just complete this design. And now we have our four icons with profile. Okay, adding all of this in auto layout, centrally aligning it with my page, uh, reducing the space a little bit because I'm not sure. I don't think the icon for reel is very self explanatory. I think it might need some sort of text to be put under it. For example, I can just add home, or maybe what we can do is whatever icon is active, maybe we just add the text under that to kind of denote the activeness of this as well. Maybe not change the color of the text, but just the icon. I think yes, that is something that we can do. So yes, home is active. So we just highlight this. Okay, I think we are about done. We did the spacing, we do not do the indicators. I think indicator is something that we can maybe work on tomorrow. Gave plenty of space between two sections, added a couple of icons on top, and yep. So I'm just gonna quickly go back to our comment section, and if you guys have any questions, I think you should increase the size a bit. What specifically are you talking about? Any recorded video will be provided, so you can just refer to this link, and you can just go back and understand what all was talked about. Yes, search icon is something that we had missed out on. Okay, I'll just make a comment in Figma. Maybe we can pick it up tomorrow. Okay, all right. I think this is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, any queries, just note them down or add a comment to this video, or maybe bring it up in the class tomorrow and we will address that. And tomorrow we can also work on creating a page for stories, profile, and wait, there was one more, explore. Okay, yeah, yeah. So these are things that we're going to cover tomorrow. And all right, thank you so much for listening in. Thank you, bye bye.